What if I told you there are people making thousands every single month from Airbnb without owning a single property? No house, no mortgage, nothing. They didn't inherit wealth. They didn't win the lottery. They didn't even start big. So how is that even possible? And more importantly, can you actually do it too? Or is this just another too good to be true idea? A few years ago, someone with a regular job was struggling to keep up with bills. Not lazy, not careless, just stuck. Every month looked the same. Salary comes in, bills go out, and whatever was left was never enough. No big savings, no property, no special connections. Just like most people, they had responsibilities, rent to pay, expenses stacking up, and no clear way out. At some point, they realized something uncomfortable. Working harder wasn't changing anything. They needed a different approach. Then they came across something simple, not flashy, not complicated, just different. Instead of trying to buy a house, which would take years, they decided to rent one. That decision changed everything. They found a decent apartment. Nothing luxury, nothing special, just clean and in a good location. They furnished it. Slowly. A bed, a couch, basic decor, nothing extravagant. Then they listed it on Airbnb. At first it felt risky. What if no one booked? What if they lost money? What if it didn't work? But they tried anyway. And something unexpected happened. Bookings started coming in. Not instantly, but consistently. One night, then a few nights, then weeks. Before long, that one apartment was bringing in more money than their actual job. Same person, same effort, different system. So they did something most people wouldn't. They repeated it. Second property, same process, same setup, then a third, then another. Within a year, they weren't just making extra income. They had built a system, a predictable system. Today, that same person manages multiple listings, different locations, different properties, all generating steady monthly cash flow. And here's the part most people still don't believe. They still don't own a single property. This is called Airbnb Arbitrage, and it's one of the simplest business models people are using today. Not because it's easy, but because it's scalable. There's a difference. Easy means no effort. Scalable means your effort multiplies results. And that's what makes this powerful. You don't need to own assets. You need to control them. That's the shift. Ownership is expensive. Control is strategic. Here's the model. Simple on the surface, but powerful when done right. You rent a property long-term. Let's say it costs $800 a month. Now instead of living in it, you turn it into a short-term rental. You furnish it, make it clean, comfortable, attractive. Because on Airbnb, presentation matters. Then you list it for short-term stays, night by night, week by week. Now let's say that same property generates $2,500 a month. Not guaranteed, but possible in the right location. From that you subtract rent, utilities, cleaning, platform fees, and what's left. That's your profit. Now here where it gets interesting. You don't stop at one. You scale. 2 properties, 5 properties, 10 properties, each one generating income, each one adding to the system. That's how people move from extra income to real business. But here's what most people don't tell you. Not every property works. Not every landlord will agree. And not every location has demand. This is where people fail. Because they skip the boring part. You'll need permission from landlords, start-up money for furniture, a cleaning system, and time to manage everything. There are also risks. Bad guests, damage, complaints, low bookings during off-seasons, changing regulations depending on your city. This isn't passive income, at least not in the beginning. It's active. It requires effort, attention, consistency. Because at the end of the day, this is not a hack. It's a business. Once the first unit works, people don't stop. That's where the real shift happens. They repeat the process. Same model, better execution. They add more units. They hire cleaners. They automate bookings. They use pricing tools to maximize profits. They streamline everything. At that point, they're no longer hosting. They're operating. They're running systems. And systems scale. That's where the real money is. Not from one listing, but from multiple income streams working together. If you're thinking about starting, don't rush. This is where patience matters. Start with one. Just one. Learn the process. Understand what works. Pick a good location. Look for areas with high demand, tourism, business travel. Study your market. Look at other listings. What are they doing right? What are they missing? Focus on quality. Clean space. Good photos. Great experience. Because on Airbnb, reviews control everything. One great listing can outperform 5 average ones. So can Airbnb make you millions? Yes, but not overnight. And not without structure. The people who succeed don't chase quick money. They don't jump from idea to idea. They build systems. They stay consistent. And most importantly, they start small. Because every big system starts with one unit. If you want more breakdowns like this, subscribe.